G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mum and Dad Show. We haven't been here in about a month, but we are back because we have someone joining the show, a brand new host of the show. He's off camera, but he is just as important as Mum and Dad in this particular show, but we'll get to that. He's hiccuping at the moment. He's not very happy. He's in the live studio audience, in the podcast studio. But before we get into that, before we talk about some very big life updates with us, there is a beautiful sale on right now on the Mum and Dad website. You get a collector's bundle, which comes with a delicious mug, a delicious T-shirt, and the beautiful Me Butt Stinks baby bib. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fantastic. It's great. Made from the highest quality materials that money can buy. Elon Musk looked at it and he's like, mate, that is absolutely unbelievable. Some of the greatest quality products. And Dickie, as she makes her way back, leave your seat out a little bit if you need to. Yeah, get over to him with speed. Hello, Mum.
We're now Mum and Dad.
We're now Mum and Dad. But yeah, check out that sale ends on May the 8th. May 8th. What a couple of weeks it's been. Good God. Good
We've
God.
Aged.
It's been crazy. So let's take everybody back. If you didn't know, if you've the first time listening, where have you been? Go and catch up on the episodes.
Yes.
Claire, you've been very pregnant.
I've been huge.
You've been a beast.
I've been a beast.
You've been obese.
Producer Gabe just said before, he's like, I don't think I've known you since before you were pregnant. And I was just like, oh,
Well, you were
it's
pregnant
true.
for, 9 months is 250-something days, isn't it?
It was a long time.
A long, long time. But
The ladies know.
On the 2nd of April, Claire gave birth to a beautiful little boy.
A little man. Atticus.
Little Atticus, 3.4 kilograms, something like that, for those of you who are interested. 50 centimetres. He was born at 36 weeks, so he's a little bit early, but he's healthy, strong as an ox. A beautiful... There he is.
Oh, boy.
We're talking about you, gorgeous. He just had a feed, and we were like, oh, should we put him down for a nap? And we thought, no.
He wanted to be
He wanted to be here. He's naps at the moment. He very much wants to be with us when he naps during the day. At
Contact
night,
naps.
At night he's fine, but during the day he's like, fuck you, hold me. Fuck you, you'll do what I tell you. But he just singing in the background.
You say, hello everyone, buy some merch please.
Yeah, the bundle sale.
My formula's expensive.
Well, this is the thing. I reckon we set all this money aside that we make from the merch and just keep it in an account for him. And Addy, if you're listening to this in 18 years' time, we definitely spent it. You little bastard. But wow, what an experience giving birth is. Oh. So I don't know. I don't even know where to start with that, Claire. That was particularly how you've left the studio. Where have you gone? Oh, buddy. So Claire, on the Saturday night, so we had an interesting Saturday. We were running around. We went for a lovely walk by the local pond, and we were just doing all those things because Claire was so big and uncomfortable. Like for those of you listening who have been pregnant or are pregnant, you know it's fucking tough. And for the blokes, it's tough because you feel so helpless.
Yes.
It's pretty shit. But anyway, you just get to the point where you're so big that you just want the baby out and you want to meet him and or her and or they them and
I have a hair on my face. Hang on.
Yeah, it's part of postpartum. You start to get a beard.
Heaps of pubes.
But so Saturday, big day Saturday, we go to bed. Normal, bit early because we're tired. Go to bed.
Yes. Rosie barks.
Rosie barks at 2:30 in the morning.
That set it off. So we got out of bed, didn't we? Yeah, and you thought, little Addie thought, you know what? Now's the time.
Claire
so I got up to get Rosie out to bed. She was out to bed. Fuck, I'm tired.
Out for a wee.
Out for a wee. Go to the toilet after doing so.
And Claire yells out to me because I'm letting Rosie back in.
Yep.
Similar to that. We're talking about that. Oh, buddy.
Whoa.
And so I run back into the bathroom where Claire's standing up. And can I reveal what happened?
Absolutely.
She's pissing all over the floor.
I'm not pissing. My water broke.
Her water breaks, and it looks like, because I don't know at this point. I walk in and it's surreal. It is absolutely surreal because Claire is just dripping onto the floor. A sight never seen before by me.
Boom, boom.
Sorry, Addie. And yeah, so your water breaks at 2:30 on a Sunday. It was Sunday morning, Saturday, like late Saturday, obviously Sunday. It's turned into Sunday. Early Sunday morning, 2:30 in the morning. Your water breaks and
Like a balloon. It is like the movies.
And yeah, it was exactly like a movie.
It felt like a snapping, sort of like something went inside me, and I went
like if you fill up a water balloon too big.
Yes.
And it just breaks.
It was really bizarre. It was sort of like that.
And it just didn't stop.
And it didn't stop.
And it just
kept
gushing
out.
So
I know. It was you wanting to be there for Easter.
Oh, buddy.
It was you wanting to be there for Easter, my darling.
And yeah, it was. It was full on. It was full on. And we
didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do either. We were just like, do we go to the hospital now? We just sort of froze for a good, minute.
So we ring the hospital, and because we're in private health, because we're rich, come on, you got to giggle. You got to giggle at that, otherwise I'm an asshole. But by the way, definitely not worth it. But we'll get to that.
Not worth it. Run for your
lives. I think
lives.
you pay like what, $70 a week or something for that. I don't know what it is, but it's not. Or maybe it's 70 a fortnight, something like that. Anyway, it's definitely not worth it. Some things are worth it, but some weren't. So I call up the hospital, and Claire's not great with phones. She hates making phone calls. So
if you know, you know.
So I make all these phone calls. Like, that's something that I found out that I'm pretty sure people think I'm the most controlling man alive because I answer your phone.
I don't like replying to messages or phone calls because I get anxious. I'm sorry.
So I'm like, they're ringing Claire, and I'm like, hello. And they're like, where's Claire? She's like, oh, she's here.
She's dead.
But she's not talking. So I call the private hospital, and they're like, oh, well, okay, what's happened? And they run through what sort of happened. And by the way, with Addie crying at the moment, if you've had a baby or you've had
he's
baby,
on the roof.
You know, he's just on the floor in a little
the
bounce
bath
that he loves. But you'll know that babies just sometimes they have a bit of a cry. But he's actually probably a little bit overtired.
Can they hear me without the microphone?
Not very well. We'll give him a bit of a shush and we'll come back.
Shut up! We're back.
So I call the private hospital, and they're like, okay, what's happened? I explain, Claire's peed on the floor. What about that? You peed on your pants and you left them there for 3 days. Your poor mum had to come and clean them up. It's disgraceful.
Much water.
It was crazy.
Wasn't there?
All that
It was you wanting to be there for Easter.
amniotic fluid. Oh, he's bloody gorgeous. It's so ridiculous.
We're so proud of him.
So proud of him. So we get to the hospital. She says, yeah, come in. And she says, I said, someone said something. It was pretty
what
crazy.
A birth story.
So I'm on the phone, being the man, because Claire refuses to call people. It's outrageous. So I said to her, what do we do? She said, basically, you need to come to the hospital, obviously. We'll test what's going on. They put these monitors on to make sure everything's okay in the womb. And I said, are we in a hurry? Like, do we need to be there now? She said, no, but come within the hour. And we're probably like 20 minutes or so away, not even that. So we take our time.
Next?
We jump in the car. We got our bags packed. We had our bags packed.
Before that.
Oh, you want to reveal? Okay.
I think it's funny. I think we're close enough with the people to tell because apparently everyone or most people have done this.
Okay, so because when you're pregnant, you're so big, there's certain maintenance things you can't do.
Yes.
But they want you to do a certain maintenance thing.
Especially for a cesarean. Little Dickie had a little bit of a bush.
And not
too much.
Not
but
crazy.
Just a bit of overgrown.
Just like my beard.
Bit of overhang.
It'd be my beard if it was another inch longer.
Yes. It wasn't, but anyway.
But our obstetrician asked us, please shave that.
And film it and send it to my office.
Send it to my OnlyFans. No, she said, you got to trim your bush. No, seriously, Claire, you got to trim your bush.
It doesn't fit through the door.
Doesn't fit through the door. We can't have that. It's an issue for people with allergies. It's a whole thing. It was blooming. Anyway, so I, at about 2:35, 2:45. Got out the Manscaped. Shout out the Manscaped. And in the shower with Claire's giant belly after her water just broke, shaved her pubes.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
It was the closest we've ever been apart from talking on the toilet.
which Claire does every single day
I
without
think
shutting
it's
the door.
beautiful to do.
Yeah, it's beautiful, all right. Beautiful for you big gross bitch. Sorry, Addy. He's asleep, so he didn't hear it. No, we're very close. There is no
shockingly close.
After everything we've been through, there's no.
I'm so sweaty too. The postpartum sweat has hit, and I was sweaty to begin with.
Well, you got little men on you too. So I shaved Claire's bush in the shower, which also we came back to those pubes a week later.
I thought we had to do it.
You have to do it. It have to. It's a. I think it's either an infection thing with the incision, or also.
It's lower than I thought. The actual incision.
The incision's
they make,
very
by the
low.
Way, for those who don't know.
So it's right on the bikini line, right?
Yes.
So if you have
my bikini
pubes,
line was fucking.
Well, your bikini line was actually quite high.
It's like a fence.
It was just below your belly button, your bikini line. It was like a giant.
It's not poor game.
It was like Michael Jackson's hair in the 70s. It was bushy. Anyway, so we do that. We jump in the car. So, that's what I was going to say. Because when they do the incision and the stitches, they put a strip of like really adhesive tape over it to protect the wound.
They certainly do.
So if you had like long pubes, pulling that off would basically like be getting a wax and it'd be fucked up. Anyway, so I don't know. I think it's an infection sort of thing. I think it's a lot of different things. Anyway,
I think it's a hilarious story to tell people.
It's definitely a great story. So we jump in the car.
We have no shame.
It's now 2:00.
Yes.
Again, because it's the day that daylight savings changed. So we got to 3:00 and then it went back to 2:00. So I'm reliving the whole fucking thing.
And we went and stopped for a coffee on the way.
I got a coffee at Macca's. Claire went and got a.
I wasn't allowed, so I got soda water.
You got a soda water from the servo.
I can't believe they wouldn't let me have a drink when they were doing the C-section the next day. That was some bullshit. I wanted a coffee.
Well, they didn't know if we were going to have the C-section straight away, like an emergency.
That's true. I'm glad that it wasn't.
We got there into the birthing suite, and we'd already been to the birthing suite for some monitoring after some. Was that pains that you had?
Big pains.
Pangs?
Big pangs.
It would turn out to just be wind. It wasn't. It wasn't wind. It was.
I'm coming off really bad on this episode. Just a big gross.
Oh no, sorry. That is not fair. You were amazing during all of this, and this was just like everyone says. Oh, you fall more and more in love with your wife after they have a baby, but like I didn't think that was possible because I married you and all these things. You're perfect and wonderful, and I won't get too soppy on the podcast, but definitely. We know that we're soulmates and you're perfect and I love you very much. But
you made me cry on the potty.
After seeing you give birth, like
you were so aroused.
I've never been hornier. No. Are you having a brother? No, it was just incredible to see. Like so brave and just to sacrifice your body the way you had, to go through all that
to let
pain,
it go as much as I did.
To let it go and still think that I'd stay with you. to go through all that so we can have our little boy. I'm in awe of you.
Thank
and
you,
I still
darling.
am. And so we get there, we walk through the birthing, so we've been there before, so we weren't as sort of nervous. We fucked up with the parking. I ended up in some other park. We had to walk up some fucking ramp.
We're such first-time parents.
Oh, I'm walking in. Claire's walking in. We're fucking. It's all happening. She's wearing a big pad just in case she has another explosion.
I wasn't going to tell them about the pad, but all right.
You have to wear a pad. You just bloody watered the garden in our bathroom.
Okay.
We walk into the birthing suite. We met a lovely, lovely midwife. I can't remember her name. We met so many lovely people. Some
really
weird
nice.
people too.
Shout out to the midwives.
The midwives at Newcastle Private.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beautiful people. Some really helpful ones. Some that we'll remember for forever, I reckon.
Absolutely.
Some that we forgot about immediately. There was one bitch that forgot about us immediately. But anyway.
Sorry, I'm so sweaty.
That's okay. Do you want me to hold him?
No, it's all right. He's
You don't
having a
trust
nice
me.
little snooze.
Why don't you trust
sure.
me? Claire can't hear me because she doesn't have headphones on.
Fucking bastard.
I'm whispering about you.
He's having a lovely little snooze.
He is. He's snoozing.
Say hello, everyone. Thank you for the kind wishes too.
G'day, everybody.
So yes, we're at the hospital. We get admitted. They put the big thing on my belly to check the little man's all right and check everything.
His heart rate's great.
Yes.
The contractions haven't yet properly started, but they are
We
sort
had
of
mini ones.
They're gone from.
I said we.
It was we.
It was we.
It was we. I was feeling it.
Yes.
We started at sort of the point where they call it Braxton Hicks contractions, and it was just getting into normal contractions. Anyway, the Braxton Hicks, people always talk about, they're Braxton, mate, they're full on, aren't they?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Not for everyone.
You were copping that for months.
That was horrific. No offense, Addy. No offense, but yes.
That little squeak he made was his first talk into a microphone.
You tell them all. G'day, you good motherfucker. Buy some merch. Oh.
He's got gas too.
Right.
I burped him before we come on the show.
And
He
me.
didn't spew on me, which was nice. God, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
God, I've been covered in some fluid from this man, this monster. So everything checks out. The lady then says, "Oh, there's no hurry. We won't wake up your obstetrician yet. This is like 3 a.m. We'll wait." So they wait.
Like that.
They wait.
I was like, well, fucking, can you please? Can we get this done? So this is it. What is it now?
3:34.
3:34. They're like, oh, look, we don't want to wake everyone up if it's not an emergency. And we're like, fucking wake them all up. We're awake.
We'll just sit
He's
here then.
ready. What are we supposed to do? Just
Yeah.
freak out in this fucking room, which we did.
Which we did. And they're like, I'll just have a sleep. I'm like, I can't sleep. This is like the biggest day of our lives.
I think I slept.
You did sleep. I just sat there. I actually worked on some of the book that I'm writing which was a chapter about becoming a dad. And so that was a good point for me to write then, I thought, because it's in the moment.
Definitely.
And it also passed on, which was, it was horrifying. So it's very emotional, the whole thing. And they say, right, 8:30, that's what time, 8 o'clock, you're going in for surgery.
8 o'clock in the AM.
8 o'clock in the AM. And then nothing happens for ages. They check on you a couple of times. They're really nice. And then
Forget about you for a while.
they forget about you. And then, boom, in comes the
Quick,
anaesthetist.
isn't it?
And then
Here's your gown. Here's your
here's your
hat.
gown.
Get
I'm in my
this.
scrubs. I wonder if we got a photo we could show Gabe. I could just send it to you, couldn't I?
We've got photos.
I'll just airdrop it. I'll airdrop some photos of there's us me in the scrubs here, and then there's Claire in her gown.
Oh.
And yeah, so we all get ready and we're all ready to go, and we walk out, and then Claire gets taken into the theatre, and the bloody anaesthetist goes, "Nah, you just wait here. You got to get a hat for your hair." I was like, okay, so I've got to get a hat, so I'm waiting there, and I'm
I didn't
freaking
like
out
that.
at this
I
point.
was
So we've
like,
been
"Come back,
separated,
please."
and I'm thinking about how big this moment is, and I'm in tears, just standing there, and then our obstetrician turns up. There's me in the scrubs. Looking flash. And what time of the morning
did
is
look
that
flash.
on the clock there? Does it say? Is that about 7 in the morning or something? I can't see
It's
that
like
far.
7:05.
Oh, my God.
Oh
Well
my
done.
God. Gabe.
Oh, good guess. Well
Say
done, Claire.
wind.
Yeah, it's a wind clock. It's powered by the wind of the earth. It's very green.
Jesus.
Yeah, so we walk into the theatre. The obstetrician brings me in, and Claire's up on the table. She's about to get the spinal block, which was painful.
Oh.
And there's lots of photos. We got lots of great memories from before it.
Yes.
During, not so much.
Not so much.
And we'll
get to that.
We won't mention any names or anything like that, but the surgery itself was pretty fucked.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
So the whole idea with the spinal block is you are numb from a certain point down, which you were. Mm-hmm. You didn't feel the incision, but
It was fine. Yep.
you felt quite a bit of pain above a certain point. Would that be
Yes.
fair?
Yep.
Where did you feel it?
I felt it well above the incision and up to like underneath my chest, and it felt like my organs were being pulled out.
Painful or
Extremely, extremely
because they talked to you
painful.
about pressure.
Oh my God. So, fucking pressure. So I spoke to a girlfriend about this, and she had a slightly similar experience. And basically the nurse, doctor, whatever, was like, "Oh, you're probably just feeling pressure."
It was the anaesthetist.
Yeah. And I'm saying, no, it's pain. It's not pressure. So then all of them sort of look at each other and go, "No, it's probably just the pressure." And then they go, "Oh, we'll lower you down so, the drugs will work quicker and flow through you." And I'm like, okay, so they've lowered me down on the big gurney
Yeah.
and sat me like that and then flipped me up again and then just kept going. And I just kept screaming and saying, "No, I can feel it. It's painful."
You didn't. You screamed. You were very close to screaming.
It wasn't like a...
No,
not
you
like
weren't
that,
like
sorry.
screaming in pain like you're
No,
being shot on the battlefield,
no.
but it was close.
How
you were in
would
a
you
lot
explain it?
Well, you were very, very uncomfortable, and you were trying to hold. You were like,
I know I screamed when he was out,
Yeah, it was worse afterwards.
Yeah, I need to get
And
that
because he
right,
was
yes.
apparently he was quite deep in there, and because you've always had abs, because you're a beast, you're a beast, not obese.
Thank you.
You've always had abs, about a 6-pack, which I'm very jealous of, by the way. Apparently, it was hard to get out because he was quite low down
They're gone now.
in your pelvis, and they had to separate your abs.
Yeah.
So that was quite uncomfortable getting out. But
That
it was
was
more
horrific.
about then you had a bleed, you hemorrhaged.
Yeah.
Which is all. This is all horrifying, by the way, to be in there. It's not the glorious moment that you think it is.
No.
When we got him out, it was great, but he was very quiet.
That was not great.
It wasn't the sort of, they get out and start screaming, which you're used to. Oh, buddy.
I blame the movies.
Yeah, you think that. But no one was freaking out. They gave him a bit of a rub and he was fine. He was breathing. Apparently
He was
sometimes
purple.
he was purple.
All
Apparently
purple.
sometimes they don't freak out like that.
He was half asleep.
Yeah, because it wasn't sort
Poor
of a natural birth
Yeah.
and labour hadn't started properly. He was just sort of reefed out and going, what the
The
fuck?
poor thing. I remember seeing his face and just going, "You poor little thing."
Oh, I know.
He's
It's
been
birthed into the world.
cocooned and he's just there going. "Oh."
So they put him on Claire's chest, and
was lovely.
one of the ladies has got the camera in there, one of the assistant nurses or whatever, and taking heaps of photos, and then my fucking storage was full.
That was funny.
It's a new phone.
Oh, no, that
it's
was
because I got
so
all these
funny.
fucking stupid TikTok clips and stuff that I post.
Fucking vegan bullshit.
Oh, all these
Clogging it up.
all these stupid videos I put up. So I had to go through and delete that. And by the way, at this point, Addie's on Claire's chest. I'm
Blood everywhere.
Blood everywhere. My hands are covered in blood. That was another
There's
weird
so
thing.
much fucking blood. They
I'm
don't tell
covered
you
in
that
blood.
either.
My phone's still covered in blood.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
had
trying
blood
to
in
delete
my
all
hair like a week
You
later.
did too. Full on.
How revolting is that? No offense, Addie.
And he's covered in all this white stuff.
Smegma.
Smegma. He's covered in dick cheese. Oh, I'm joking.
not
I'm joking. I'm
really.
joking. I'm joking, buddy. So after that,
I'll stand over here, but we're listening.
Claire's then had this bleed, and they've had to go through and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you could stand. You could stand the mic. You're right. You okay?
Yeah.
So he's on the chest, and then they have to. We don't know this at this point, but they then have to patch up the bleed. So it was a uteral artery bleed, apparently, which is we didn't know about this, but it was full on and scary. And you lost 1.8 liters of blood. Was that right, or was it 1.5? It was quite a bit.
Something.
It was if you weren't young and attractive and hot and fit.
What a man.
You might have had to had a transfusion, but you didn't, which was great. So they stopped that, and then they had to clean out inside your bowel, not your bowel, your uterus, I guess, and clean everything out. And then they found a cyst on one of your fucking tubes, one of these tubes these women have. Christ, cut that out. So it was a whole thing. It was like going in for a major service. You come out with a bill that you didn't expect, new engine. But the painful part was up when they were more up near your ribs, right?
Horrific.
So Claire was in a lot of pain. So I'm holding Addie in one hand. He's nude. And then I'm holding on to Claire. Yeah. She's like nearly screaming. And then they're going, oh, we're going to give you ketamine. So they give you 2 things of ketamine. And then they give you, it's not like that's not doing anything. Claire's still in a lot of pain.
Then they wanted to knock me out, but I didn't want to be knocked out because then I wouldn't see little man.
So then they wanted to completely knock you out. You're in that much pain. But so then they ended up giving you laughing gas, and then you passed out from that.
And I saw a yellow meadow.
Which is not good to hear.
No.
So let us know in the comments if you
have seen a yellow meadow
if
when
you
you've been under the influence.
If you've had some of these experiences.
C-sections are not the easy way out, which is what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Because I copped that a lot from people. Not just online, but
me
like,
mainly, just every day.
Isaac
Yeah,
being like, you fucking pussy. No, but a lot of people are like, oh, why are you getting a cesarean? The recovery is this, and it's like for medical reasons, you fucking judgy bitch. But a lot of C-section mamas get judged for it. Same with breastfeeding and everything. You get judged for everything you do, which is also why you'll notice little man isn't overly on camera, and on my Instagram, I'm not posting his little face and heaps of updates on him because
a lot of people you follow have babies and they cop a lot of shit, the way they're holding them, the way that they're raising them, the way that they're doing anything, or
even the way the babies look. There's people fucking diagnosing other people's children with things on the internet, and they're just, I don't know. And
you don't want that
with
for
our
it.
line of work and with the death threats and the crap and I just think, I don't know. I just think keeping him somewhat private. I know that most of you guys mean well, and we love you for that.
And we've posted his face when he was born.
We posted his face when he was born, obviously. But I mean, I'm not going to be like one of those mums that's showing.
He doesn't become a part of the channel in the way that other people might.
No.
Until he's old enough to make that decision if he wants to later on.
If he wants to be one day, he can. But at the moment, he's an innocent little baby, and I'd like to keep him that way. Keep you guys updated, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's here now. But I don't want to be one of those Tammy Hembros that's like, here's my kids.
It becomes a part of the photo. In saying that, we do have a photo of him selling our bibs. So he's a little bit in Anyway,
we pick and choose.
But yeah, we don't want to bring him in. And as you said, with the line of work, the way that people really try to get to me is to go after.
Well, they go after me, so
they
now
go
they're
after
gonna
you,
yeah,
because they know they can't get to me.
Yeah, they don't know I'm heartless either. You can't get to us. Fuck off.
Oh shit! And so anyway,
but we got to protect our little lamb.
Everything was cool with the surgery, thankfully.
Yes, everything was fine, but it wasn't as pleasant as I thought it would be.
And we don't blame anyone or anything like that overly, but we were upset with how it turned out.
Yeah,
it was pretty heartbreaking to see how it turned out, and it didn't ruin the experience, but it did definitely put a dampener on it.
Definitely, compared to I know like other girlfriends who have had cesareans, they had pretty positive experiences.
That's this beautiful moment.
Yeah, and it was like, oh no, I didn't feel this, and it was just. And yeah, ours was pretty fucked up, but we got the best thing in our lives out of it, so I don't regret it, and it was fine.
No. And it was very, very scary, but for both of us. But we got him out, and the anaesthetist actually came and she apologized to you afterwards.
Yeah, that was nice.
And then that anaesthetist came and saw us about 3 days later, which I don't know if they normally do, but anyway. So after that, I'm ushered out of the operating theatre as they stitch Claire up, and then I'm with Addie for probably 10, 15 minutes by ourselves. And again, I'm just crying. Like that day, I just cried all day. And I had
everything the parents say.
Oh my God.
All of it's true.
I had to stop looking at him.
I said that to Bluey. I was like, everything they say is true.
I was sitting there in the waiting room, or recovery room rather, just staring at him, crying. And I had to stop looking at him because I couldn't stop.
It's like how much we love the dogs, but it's like different.
It's different.
And amplified. It's ridiculous.
Just crazy. Sorry,
and no, we haven't forgotten about the dogs.
No, we've been looking after the dogs too.
Isn't that right, little man?
Yes. So that is basically the birth story. We then go up to the room, and then we're parents.
Yeah,
then we're just parents.
And I lived off blueberry muffins and coffees. I was back to having 3 coffees a day.
So let's go. And so we stayed in this room, and I slept on the worst bed.
Yeah, private hospital.
My asshole.
It was barely a bed. It was like a wooden door.
It was like a big
find in a pickup.
It was a chest.
Oh,
with a shit mattress a camping mattress on top.
Oh, Daddy, he had to sleep on this fucking woeful thing. My bed wasn't too bad.
No, yours is all right.
It wasn't too bad. Oh, and then they left my catheter in for way too long.
Yeah.
That was the other thing I had. So
we had this lovely nurse who just forgot about it.
She was really nice.
She was really nice, so we forgive her.
Yeah,
otherwise we would have bitched and moaned.
She was so nice. So I was like, that's okay.
Your bowel movement was good?
Yes, postpartum poop was fine. Thank you all for your concern.
Because apparently that's a big deal.
Apparently that's a big deal. Mine was very nice.
Very nice. It was one of your best. I was very proud of you.
My best work.
We've got a photo. We'll send it through again. What else happened in hospital? I think that was about it. We learned about feeding and all that type of stuff.
Home.
Oh, we loved coming home. That was great. Putting him in the car and driving home. That was amazing. Mm-hmm. What else happened? I don't think there was much else. Nothing really of note in hospital.
We met lots of nice people.
Lovely
you met
people.
some nice dads. I met
some
mums. Well,
I met one nice
but he was
guy.
Nice. We met a nice lady out.
Yeah, she had a little
window.
preemie. She was beautiful. The little Ivy, her name was. She was gorgeous.
She was beautiful.
And the mum was really nice. And she had it tough. She had to go in every day and see her and to go home and leave her there.
In the NICU.
Because they kicked her out after like a week. That's crazy. I met some other parents who were fans, actually. So shout out to you guys. Fans of Addie, not us.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. And they were driving from Cessnock to the hospital, which is about 40 minutes or 50 minutes every day with their twins were in or they weren't in. They had twins. Anyway, they were probably still in NICU. Or at least in the private version of NICU, which is they're not really not sick, but they're not
Medium level.
medium level, not like
Yes.
the high level children's hospital, which is actually in the John Hunter Hospital, which is just next door. But anyway, so they had to drive up there. So we were very lucky to bring him home with us, and he was healthy and happy.
Thank God.
Everyone was asking about this sort of the APGAR score when they're born. He got a 9 out of 10, which is pretty good, which is very good.
Not to brag.
Not to brag. He started off very well, even though he wasn't crying that much, and they were worried about a little bit of oxygenation because he was a bit gurgly. But
Apparently that's a C-section bubba thing. They can
because they're not pushed out of the
Yeah.
fanwa to push all the shit out of them.
I did offer to push him out my ass, but they said no.
Well, actually, he opted out of that. It was like a little referendum. They put a little vote inside it, and he went, no. So then we got him home, and we learnt very quickly that sleep doesn't exist anymore.
Poo is everywhere.
I literally have got poo under my finger right now that I need to go and wash off before I handle him
the
again.
night sweats postpartum are bad, and I've always been a sweaty gal, so I apologize
yeah.
for sweating on camera so much.
Stinky lady.
No, I don't stink. I'm just constantly sweating.
So he feeds every 2 hours.
2 or 3 hours?
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
He sleeps for about 2 or 3 hours at a time. So we've been getting up all the time. We haven't slept
Isaac's
through.
been amazing. He takes over when I really need to sleep, doesn't he? And we've done lots of bath time.
Lots
he
of bath
hated
time.
it at first,
He hated
but
the
now
baths
I
at
don't think
first.
he minds it too much now for the first maybe
We got him in the bath
few
seat.
minutes. Yeah, the little bath seat.
He loves that.
Oh, it's so sweet.
But I really love being a parent.
Me too.
We're taking him for long walks every day.
Yep.
It's great.
I feel like it really prioritizes everything else in your life too, because we didn't give a fuck before about crap, but now I just give even less of a fuck.
Oh, it's all about him.
It's just ridiculous.
It's all about family. It's all about him.
It is it's really amazing. It just prioritizes.
Gabe could
things.
die, and I would not bat an eye.
No, I don't mean like that. And even just with being
Nothing's changed.
Productive as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know what I did before. You might feel. Do you feel sort of this, what did we do? You're always really busy, but I sometimes
you just
now it's just so go go go. And I feel like you appreciate the little things a lot more, like having a hot coffee or having a decent shower, washing my hair. What a fucking luxury.
even having a shower is like
Yes.
just that moment of just a bit of I've been going back. I'm back at the gym, which is great, and
you've been killing it at the gym. That's been great.
I'm huge, and but I have been eating like a fat pig. Just when you're
We need to
tired,
calm
you just
down on the chocolate.
We do.
We have been having.
There is a little bit in the
snackies.
fridge that I might have tonight, though.
Yes.
But I've been a fat dog this last month and Addie is a month old.
What?
Well, when this goes out.
Oh right, I was like, no, he's not. Oh right, when it goes out.
This goes out in a couple of days.
Oh,
but he'll be a month
he
old.
will be.
So yeah, isn't that crazy?
We'll do a big walk, Bubby Boo.
So everyone says get through the first 3 days, get through the first 3 weeks, and then the first 3 months, and then they're
3 years?
not as shit.
Oh
Because
my God.
it is crazy how much you miss sleep. But I think we're used to it now. We just get up.
You're a lot better at it than me. I don't deal with lack of sleep well.
Well, you're doing it.
I'm doing it, but I'm not.
You're doing it, and you're doing
You're
great.
just a gun butt because you can just, like your brother Darcy, he can function off no fucking sleep.
I think
You big
it's
weirdos.
just. I don't know. We're just weird.
I need my naps.
But in saying that, we're getting good sleep. Like I reckon.
Yeah.
What
We're
did-
very lucky.
we put into bed at like 9:30,
Yes.
10:30 last night. We went to bed. Got up at 12. We both went back to sleep, and probably
He's a good sleeper.
you got up for a little bit, then I got up for a little bit, and then I got up at 6.
You're a good sleeper.
Oh no, it was
for a
5.
new little
It was
Gruffalo.
5:30 this morning. Thanks, Addie, you fucking hot dog.
He just wanted to see his dad.
Yeah, well, I remember what you look like. But yeah, you can just stare at this monster for hours. And I know we already said it. I've never been pooed on more, weed on. Like he's just got this aim with his poon. Like he just shoots piss at me non-stop. Loves to spew.
Loves a spew.
Loves a bit of a spew.
Not too much, don't worry.
No, not crazy. Like just
No.
every now and then he might just go.
I didn't want to freak mums out going, oh my God, he might have something
Just a
wrong
little
with
spew, a little bit of.
just
Well, it's not even a
little
spew.
bits.
It's reflux, isn't it? Isn't that the whole thing? Because their
Little bit.
digestive, their
Yeah.
esophagus is so short and
him.
all that type of stuff.
His bottom's just starting to work.
Oh, he's firing out turds.
Isn't it?
My God. And it's, you know what was funny the other day? Because when you change a baby, you have basically their legs up a little bit so you can wipe their bum. So he does a poo. I'm wiping his bum and he does another poo. So I'm
You
just
watch it go out.
I'm watching this poo come out of his ass, and then I'm just sort of there watching, just going, oh, okay, making sure I
watch
catch it. Making. Oh, I don't call Claire in to watch it, but
Sometimes I come in.
she's already there. And you've seen it, boy. You're there by yourself as
It's
well. Don't get me wrong.
unbelievable.
And The other day I was there. It was probably about 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Claire was having a nap because she was up through the night.
I was having a beer on the deck.
Claire was having a durry on the deck, and I'm watching it come out, going fucking hell. And I got the other nappy under there catching
too,
it.
Don't
Oh
you?
yeah, it's great to see him. I'm so happy.
Oh,
but I'm looking at it coming out of his tiny little butthole. And then I look at him and he is eyes wide open, staring into my soul like, what the fuck are you looking at, Dad?
You embarrassed him.
So, long story short, we are mum and dad now.
We're officially the title of the show.
We're officially parents. We're so happy. Addie's perfect, gorgeous, lovely. We're absolutely in love. And we're going to try and keep doing these episodes every week, if not every fortnight.
They might be a bit clunky. I apologise if they are, but it is what it is.
Depends. And if you want to support the channel, go and get your mum and dad merch and get this boy into a decent, I don't know,
art school.
An art school. He's got. What do you reckon he's going to do for a job?
A baker.
Yeah, he's going to be a baker. It's going to be a bricklayer baker.
He's going to be whatever Addie wants to be.
He's going to be a brickies labourer, and we're going to be proud as punch. All right.
I would be.
All right, Addie, if you ever watch this in the future, we love you, mate.
We love you so much.
We're very, very proud of you. Please stop pooing on me. We'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Bye, kids.
Bye.
Bye.
Noot, noot, bye.
Noot, noot.